I'd like to highlight a very interesting story I saw yesterday, and also make my own little editorial comment on it because I don't quite buy it, but it's a story that was taken verbatim through some words that Prime Minister Medvedev said just very recently. Stories posted December 8th, 2012, Feast of Immaculate Conception, for those who don't know what that date is. Basically says, the Prime Minister of Russia says, off camera, by mistake, supposedly, aliens have visited the planet in a TV interview. He didn't say it in the interview, like point blank to a question. He said it kind of like to a question after he thought the cameras were not rolling. But, this whole thing could have been a scam. That's what I'm guessing. And I'm going to post a link where this is. And he talks about the special briefcase that the president of the country is given with top secret folder. This folder in its entirety contains information about aliens who visited our planet. And let me just comment and editorialize on this because it's really not about the point of the article, but I just want to show you that there is some powerful information coming out from more credible sources that, like, at least the Prime Minister of Russia is stating this. But I was always thinking about this 2012 stuff with the 12/21, 2012, and all these interesting dates around this time, that it may be a man-made type of something, some type of event that might happen. Might, with emphasis on might. So a possibility. But I find it interesting that he supposedly slipped up on this, because I don't know if he really did slip up on this. Is this just a game that's going on? Why slip up on it now, right? It goes, along with this, you're given a report of absolutely secret special service that exercises control over aliens on a territory of our country. More detailed information on this topic you can get from a well-known movie called Men in Black. I will not tell you how many of them are among us because it may cause panic. So, personally, I'm going to display where this is, where the link is, but I'm really thinking this is disinformation, so maybe I'm spreading disinformation, I don't know. But he did say this. The Prime Minister just did say this very recently. And considering, like I was pointing out about, the 12/21 date, like if you add up the integers, it's 11, and you got, 25,000 something minutes from 12/3 to Pyramids of Giza, where the planets are lined up. Mercury, Venus, and Saturn lined up, and you have like the 25,000 something, almost 26,000 minutes between in those 18 days, leading up to 12/21 from 12/3, 2012, and that happens to be the exact number of years in the progression of the equinox. Found it interesting. But I also understand, and I think there is not necessarily, this is not a conspiracy theory, I think there are powerful people in the world that believe these astrological dates have significance, at least to them, and they will plan events and cause events to happen around these astrological dates because they believe it gives them more power. And I don't want people reading into every freaking date that's out there, because there is definitely a lot of excessive reading into every rumor out there. But this is highly interesting that he said this, and I don't think it was a slip up. I think it was like a deliberate, cute way of leaking some information, causing some speculation about aliens, and maybe some crazy thing may be planned for the end of the year. Now, remember Lindsey Williams' prediction, which I don't know about that guy all the way. I know he says things it's like half right, half wrong, and if he says some specific prices on oil and silver, he's way off. He's right in a general way. But he did state back on October 10th, 2011, when he was talking with Pastor Butch Powell, that 2012 would be the most startling, eventful year in more than 2,000 years. Now, consider in 2,000 years we had the bubonic plague, the War of the Roses, Napoleonic invasions, World War I, World War II, Mao Zedong's cultural revolution, the Bolshevik revolution. I mean, there's so many things that happened in 2,000 years, and 2012 did not top that. There's no way in hell. I mean, there's been also bigger natural catastrophes and everything else. So if something happens, it's going to happen real soon, you know? So I like pointing this out, too, because if nothing happens, it's another major fail by the information that Lindsey Williams is getting. That's another reason I'm pointing it out. Either he's going to be a hero and correct, or he's going to be dead wrong, fall flat on his face. I know that's only what he's been told, and I'm not trying to knock him per se, but, you know, too many people, I think, are paying attention to him. So I like to comment a little more and editorialize what I think and analyze what the information really means. Some of it's good, so a lot of it's bad. But it's interesting that Prime Minister Medvedev put this information out by mistake, supposedly, when he thought the cameras weren't rolling. Right. But he talks about aliens that are in this information that's in a folder, that's a secret folder given to the president. And he says, I will not tell you how many of them are among us because it may cause panic. Why slip up now? See, I don't know. Just keep your eye out for some weird crap that can happen at the end of the year, because I think if something does happen, I'm really tending to think it's going to be man-made. And there's going to be a policy and an agenda behind it. Like Warner von Braun said, the fake alien agenda. Even if aliens are real, and I know the pyramids, who the hell, the pyramids were built with such precision, I can't see humans building them with logs and stuff. I mean, I have to say that. Somebody else probably built that, but, you know, I think there's also a scam alien agenda going on here, too. So, beware of it, beware of it. And my sense is like I'm pointing out this story, but it's not exactly about this story. I'm picking up that Prime Minister Medvedev leaked this information for a reason. He didn't just slip up. He's not that stupid. That's my opinion on this. You consider it a 2012 phenomenon. Is supposed to be here with the big problem or big nice thing that's going to happen on 12/21/2012 or whatever happens. I'm almost thinking there might be a man-made event, and just the fact that he accidentally leaked this information about aliens, I don't know. It's speculation on my part, but just to give a heads up, if something happens, I'm assuming it's going to be man-made.